morning here. Welcome to CT Style. I'm Ryan Christopher.
And I'm Jocelyn Memento in for Teresa, who's enjoying some time off. It's Tuesday already.
Tuesday, going up on a Tuesday. I saw Teresa was at a Yankee game last night, so
oh
good
my
for
gosh,
her.
she's having a good time.
She'll be back tomorrow, but we are here today. And
we are.
How about those shoes today? You are like
can you see my
on
shoe?
fire.
Can you see my shoe?
Later, yeah. There it is.
Can you kind of see my shoe?
Show a little leg there.
Okay, show my. There you go.
Hey.
Yeah, I really got to watch my dress. Okay,
So
here we go.
we have the shoe designer on today.
We do. These are Eileen Berg shoes.
How about those?
Wow.
So we'll be catching up with her shortly.
And they're so comfy. So comfy, and I don't know, these are what, 4-inch heels or something?
I think mine are 5, but yeah, close
I'm
enough.
still shorter than he is, though, standing up, seriously, with these heels on.
Yes. People buzzing this morning.
Did you watch
Jocelyn.
last night?
I saw some of the clips. Crazy. Republican National Convention. If you turn on your television this morning, that's about all you would see. And we're going to continue on here. Melania Trump's speech, that was really what everybody's talking about. Possible accusations of plagiarizing Michelle Obama's 2008 speech. Take a look. See for yourself.
That you treat people with dignity and respect, even if you don't know them and even if you don't agree with them.
That you treat people with respect. They thought and showed me values and morals in their daily life.
So there it is, Jocelyn. What do you think?
Well, you know, doesn't she look beautiful, Melania?
She's
so does Michelle, of
beautiful,
course, but Melania, wow, with that dress. Okay. It did sound very
oddly similar. No?
Yes, and apparently one of the Obama supporters watching the speech and thought, that sounds so
oddly familiar.
And then started tweeting about it, then it got picked up.
And you have a little inside baseball.
Yeah, a little
here?
bit here. You know, well, according to, of course, they're denying the allegations that it was plagiarized.
Trump's campus,
And earlier that day, she was asked, you know, about her speech, and she says, I have read it once over, all because I wrote it with as little help as possible. But later on, overnight, I believe, here's what the Trump campaign says now. In writing her beautiful speech, Melania's team of writers took notes on her life's inspirations and in some instances included fragments that reflected her own thinking.
Well, at least we know that they're good at using Wikipedia, right?
Yeah.
If anything. This kind of reminds me of like a college term paper when there's like 30 minutes left and it's 1:30 in the morning. Oh, I got to get up in 3 hours. And you're just like, oh, I'll copy and paste this. Nobody will notice. It's kind of like one of those situations. So I don't know if she did in fact, but it seems a little
very
fishy.
similar. So, hey, you know, it's whatever you think it is.
Let's move on to more of an uplifting story this morning that'll have you flying high. This is really great. 16-year-old Isaiah Cooper, he doesn't have his driver's license yet, but he just became the youngest African-American pilot to fly a plane around the United States. Cheers to him. 2 weeks and over 8,000 miles, but it wasn't always friendly skies for him.
Apparently not. There were a few bumps along the way, and even a time when he really wanted to turn back. I guess I would want to too. Now in Cheyenne, he did hit some bad weather and had to make an emergency landing. Isaiah made this trip with a flight instructor, Ryan, but he is already planning another record-breaking trip.
Wow.
Now this time he says he wants to fly solo.
Wow, that's great. Really empowering as well, very inspirational. But it's funny because you're thinking, how can he fly a plane that young? Well, the same holds true here in Connecticut. There's an organization called the Civil Air Patrol, and they've been around for 75 years here in the state. There's over 800 volunteers, and it's kids who are 12 and up. They can serve the state of Connecticut, taking aerial photos, conducting search and rescue training missions, and also by the age of 15, they can get a pilot's license. So it's funny, you can fly a plane in Connecticut before you can drive at the age of 15, which is pretty wild. So if you have anybody in your family who is an aspiring pilot, head on over to their website. It's called the Civil Air Patrol. Google it, Civil Air Patrol CT.
And you never know, there could be a future astronaut.
You never know.
Among them.
Never
right?
Know. Just saying. Could be right here in Connecticut. And speaking of the Nutmeg State, today we are cruising Connecticut to Bridgeport, to the Beardsley Zoo, to visit some of our friends who are stopping by the state this summer.
Okay.
This summer there is so much to do at the Beardsley Zoo. Roar, squawk, dig, graze, or waddle on over to the new Penguin Pavilion. These birds aren't the cold climate happy feet friends.
Yes, I like that one. I could really get jiggy with that. Lovely.
Meet African penguins, Squirt, Sal, South, and Tubbs. The Beardsley Zoo is focusing on conservation education for the endangered species of penguins.
The mated pair is like they were saying, this is our den, and so now everyone else is saying, well, this is my den, and that's your den. Like they're getting themselves all. Are you taking that one back, South?
It's like an apartment complex.
It is.
Fun fact for families, they're also called jackass penguins, which because they sound when they make the noise, they sound like a braying donkey.
When you stop by the Penguin Pavilion this summer, you can even challenge the birds to a staring contest.
All right, I think I blinked 8 times already.
Well, see, they can cheat because they have a third eyelid. That's really hard to see.
They have a third eyelid?
It's called a nictitating membrane.
A what?
A nictitating membrane.
Nictitating membrane.
Yep, and a
okay.
lot of birds and reptiles have it. So it's a third eyelid that is pretty clear.
That's like me right now.
So,
am I
right?
blinking at you or am I? You'll never know.
No, it's hard to tell.
I have that nictitating membrane.
Yeah. So are you a bird or a reptile?
I'm a bird. So there it is, Beardsley Zoo.
So cute, Waddle Waddle.
Yeah, make sure you guys stop on by there this summer. Also, found out this morning from Stephanie Simone, who apparently is like a penguin aficionado. They mate for life, so no matter how old they are, they can mate. So, interesting fun fact. Look at the face on Jocelyn
Kind of
right
like
now.
us, kind of.
She's
we
pretty
mate for life.
happy over here. Okay, hey.